Hey everyone, welcome to the show. Today we are coming at you from our new apartment in New York City, and we're excited to have this new kitchen. We've got some great new appliances to work with. We also want to let you know that we closed the cottage for the winter. It is not a winterized cottage. So we'll be living here in Manhattan for the next few months, and all of the videos that we'll be making over that period are going to be from this new kitchen. So our first video from the new kitchen is going to be mac and cheese, and I'm very excited to have my wife along with this for this video because she is a self-proclaimed mac and cheese wizard. So for the first video, mac and cheese, stick around, you're gonna love this one. Let's start by taking a look at our ingredients. We've got elbow macaroni, an onion, flour, panko breadcrumbs, evaporated milk, Dijon mustard, cayenne pepper, garlic salt, garlic, and of course we have some cheese. Lots and lots and lots of cheese. For our recipe, we use 2 sharp cheddar and 1 medium cheddar, 8-ounce or 227-gram blocks of cheese. And yes, you have to shred your own cheese. If you buy the package with the shredded cheese already in it, it has some anti-sticking agents in there, and that'll prevent your mac and cheese from having that ooey gooiness that everybody wants. Of course, to cook pasta, you have to boil some water, and the first thing we're going to do is add a little bit of salt to the water, and then cover the pot and let it come to a boil. In the meantime, we're going to line a baking dish with some butter, and we prefer good Kerrygold salted butter. Using the back of a spoon, smear butter all over the inside, and this will help prevent the mac and cheese from sticking to the dish, which will come in handy when I'm doing the dishes later tonight. Once the water has come to a boil, add in the pasta, then look on the box to see how long it takes to cook to al dente and cook it for 1 minute less than that. When the pasta is done, take it off the stove and strain out the water. To make our sauce, we're going to start by cutting half an onion into slices. Next, we're going to chop up 1 clove of garlic. Then melt a couple of tablespoons of butter in a pan over medium heat. Add in the onion and let that cook for about a minute. Then add in the garlic and give it another minute. And you want to constantly stir this so that you don't brown your onion and garlic. Now it's time to add the flour. And you can see here my wife is just eyeballing this, but it looks like about a tablespoon of flour. Stir that around a little bit. Mix in a can of evaporated milk. Add about a tablespoon of garlic salt, a few dashes of cayenne pepper, some fresh ground black pepper, and about a tablespoon or so of Dijon mustard. Stir all these ingredients together, and now it's time to start adding in the cheese. So the technique for this is to add some cheese in, give it a good stir, make sure it incorporates into the sauce, then add some more cheese in, and repeat. If you feel like your sauce is getting a little too thick on you, you can go ahead and add in a little bit more evaporated milk. You don't have to add in another whole can, but maybe a half a can or so. And then some more cheese. A little bit more of the milk. And then when your cheese sauce gets to this consistency right here, give it a quick taste to see if it needs anything. And in this case, it is just about perfect. Add the strained pasta into the cheese sauce and stir those together really well. And to be honest, you could eat this mac and cheese right here and it would be perfectly good, but we're going to take it to the next level. Next level begins by putting a layer of macaroni and cheese down on the bottom of the baking dish. On top of that goes a layer of cheese. Follow that up with another layer of macaroni, another layer of cheese, I think you get the idea. You just keep layering the macaroni and then the cheese, macaroni and then cheese until you're just below the top of the dish. Then we're going to sprinkle on some panko breadcrumbs on top of that top layer of cheese and top the whole thing off with just a sprinkling of dried parsley, and we are ready for the oven. Cover with tin foil and cook for 30 minutes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. After those 30 minutes are up, remove the tin foil and let this sit under the broiler for anywhere between 1 and 3 minutes depending on how hot your broiler is. Broilers can be unpredictable, so definitely keep a close eye on this. And finally, it is done and it's time to remove from the oven. And we're going to let this sit for a few minutes just to cool down a little bit. And then serve it up. And I don't know about you, but I am definitely ready for some mac and cheese. Okay, so here it is. The taste test. Mac and cheese. The nice crusty layer on top from the broiler with the panko breadcrumbs. That's my favorite part, is that crustiness on top. This is excellent. What do you think?
I might be biased.
Well, I think it's excellent. So, great job. Give this recipe a try. It's really good. Really good. I'm just going to keep eating it.
And of course,
Probably,
keep on cooking.
probably not the healthiest side dish you'll ever make, but really tasty. Perfect for Thanksgiving. So give this recipe a try. Leave a like if you like this video. Comment down below. I'd love to hear what you think. We'd love to hear what you think. And of course, keep on cooking.